TEDx immersive experience. Like, it might seem very real, and there's a red dot, there's all that, but this is all make-believe. You are in the TEDx immersive experience. Really. I'm an actor. An immersive actor. Meaning, like, it's been my profession for the past 10 years to perform in these kinds of shows where you, the audience, have stepped into a make-believe reality, blurring the lines of what is real and imaginary. You are here, watching me speak on a stage in front of a TEDx sign. How would you even know if any of this is real or not? Okay, rest assured, this is an actual TEDx talk. You can breathe, it's fine. But more importantly, as far as we know, it's a real TEDx talk. I'll let you know later. Did you notice what happened when I started describing these things to you? You started questioning your own reality, maybe? But most importantly, you became present. You became aware that you are here, watching me speak on a stage in front of a TEDx sign. Imagine pressing start to play yourself in a video game. And even if you don't play video games, you can understand the sense of waking up. My earliest memory was like that. I was 3 years old, and I remember looking down at my hands, watching from inside my head, knowing that I would remember this moment. Have you ever had a moment like that? No? Yeah. I was so excited, I went up to my older brother and my dad and told them in French, because I was born in France, "Ma vie a commencé à 3 ans." My life began at 3. It's pretty deep. I don't remember what their reaction was, but that moment made me aware of 2 things. 1, I existed. 2, I wanted validation for this existence, or attention. So I felt myself pulled into the path of becoming a performer, an actor, because after all, traditionally, acting is the art of putting on a performance and presenting it to an audience, and then you get lots of attention, right? So I became consumed with learning how to present correctly, but presenting perfectly felt pretty lifeless to me. If the goal is to craft a perfect performance, then ultimately that can be replicated or done by anyone or anything, like a computer. I felt replaceable, like I didn't personally matter. So I tuned out until another moment came along in my life to wake me up again. This time, I was on a stage, in a play, was tuned out, and the other actor on stage with me, my scene partner, called me out on this. He went off script and ad-libbed in the middle of our scene, in front of everyone. "You're not even listening to me!" It was so real. Everyone felt it. A shockwave of truth ran through the entire theater. He was right, though, I wasn't. I felt embarrassed, mortified, but also awake and present. It's a moment I'm now grateful for. It taught me the more I was trying to be heard, the less I was listening. The more I was trying to present, the less I was being present. It led me to find my new passion, listening to the other actors on stage with me, and connecting, truthfully, with my scene partners. I mean, scene partners. We're in this together. We're the ones on stage in this made-up reality together. We gotta take care of each other, right? I studied techniques by teachers like Sanford Meisner, who talked about creating moment-to-moment realities with your scene partner by doing real things, finding truth in the imaginary, connected these dots with my explorations and meditation, noticing how concepts about acting related to ancient philosophies about reality and the art of being. And this all happened over 20 years. Learning this stuff and becoming who you are, that takes time. It takes a lot of time. Becoming present to the moment, that's instantaneous. I went on to perform in more experiential kinds of theater, plays, the kind where now the audience was my scene partner. Only they didn't have the script, so I would have to guide them through these moment-to-moment realities. I would be present, connect authentically with them. They would wake up and in turn be present with me. As I became their best friend at a party, their confidant in a cult, their cousin at a wedding, their soulmate in a dream. After thousands of these mini lifetimes lived in live performances, I discovered this. There's the world that exists and the reality we create when we step into these experiences. It's pretty amazing. There's people started noticing my approach to this immersive work I was doing and asked me to help them on their events, bring them to life with these ideas, which led me to start my company in 2017, infusing in all of these events, all of these secrets I had learned. This meta-awareness of the big picture, that we're all just playing roles with each other. Yeah. The events were make-believe, but the feelings felt by the audience were very real. Some audience members had such great times. They'd often come up to me and say, "How do I sign up to be an actor in your company?" Little did they know, they were already the star of the show. In 2020, when we couldn't connect with each other in person anymore, I was lucky enough to perform with a company called Tender Claws and their VR immersive theatrical experience, The Under Presents. And this is where I finally got to live my dream of being a real live video game NPC. Yes. Thank you. NPC, for those who don't know, stands for non-player character. It's those secondary characters that help the main players with their quest. One of the characters I played was this old man named Russell, the sweeper. When we would first interact with the players in this VR world, many of them wouldn't believe that we were actually humans. They thought we must be AI, as NPCs in video games tend to be. But by reacting to whatever they did in the moment and being present with them, they would wake up. And we were able to connect as humans beyond the mask in this virtual reality. Whether in person or in VR, connection is at the heart of these immersive interactive experiences. Connection and making people understand that they matter. That you, out there watching this right now, you matter. This word immersive is everywhere. Everything is immersive. From shows to pop-ups, experiences, maps, headphones, blenders, everything is immersive. What does it even mean? Why are we so obsessed with being immersed? We think we want immersion, but what we really want is presence, an acknowledgement of this presence. We want to be and be seen and connect. That is what immersing ourselves in the moment gives us. This awareness that we exist and validation for this existence. So now you know the secret. When you come across this word, immersive, remember this. Whether it involves technology or not, think of it as a catch-all term for an event or an experience that will give you permission to be present, a chance to connect and be in the moment with yourself and others and your surroundings through your senses. Realize that you are the one making the event and experience immersive. It's an evolution of the role of audience member as we know it. A movement. You're no longer a passive viewer. You are now an active participant. In fact, you're doing it right now. You are here, watching me speak on a stage in front of a TEDx sign. Maybe this has been the TEDx immersive experience after all, and I've just been playing the role of the speaker. A human NPC in your lifelong video game played by you, starring you, the main character. Your story continues.